Hello, and welcome to Prife International's live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you, to our beloved community of Prife International. My name is Dr. James Ong, and I'm your host. And every week, I get to interview people within the Prife community who have either benefited from the product of our iTerra Care, or they are the achievers who can inspire some of you who are watching right now. But today we are going to have two special guests from two different continents of the world. One is from Texas, America, United States, and the other one is from Sydney, Australia. Okay, so before I introduce our first guest from Australia, and I would like to explain her condition. She has something very common amongst women, which is the PMS. All right. For those of you who do not really know what PMS is, I'm sure women, all of you do. Well, just to explain a little bit further. So PMS is something which is very common. It's a combination of symptoms that many women get about a week or two before their period. All right. Most women, over 90%, say that they get some premenstrual symptoms such as bloating, headaches, and moodiness. So there's a lot of people around the world having this problem, right? And also with PMS, there is another problem that needs to be explained, and that is this term endometriosis. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So with endometriosis, and this is from the World Health Organization, this is what it says. Endometriosis affects roughly 10% of reproductive age women and girls globally. And this is from WHO, right? Credible, isn't it? It is a chronic disease associated with severe, life-impacting pain. Wow, life-impacting pain, my goodness. During periods, sexual intercourse, bowel movements, and or urination, chronic pelvic pain, abdominal bloating, nausea, fatigue, and sometimes depression, anxiety, and infertility, okay, which we're going to talk about in a short while. There is currently no known cure for endometriosis, and treatment is usually aimed at controlling symptoms. Now we're going to prove that wrong, aren't we? Zsanette, can we please welcome our special guest from Sydney, Australia, Zsanette Burai.
Hi.
Welcome. I know it's a handful for you. You have a pair of twins, and I think your mother is helping you. It's
Yes,
11:30 p.m., close to midnight. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much
it's
for
all
coming.
right.
Yeah, thank you for coming forward to
Thank
share
you.
your story. And let us start off with you have a situation where I guess you have this PMS is for a long time, right? And tell us about it, and also about the endometriosis situation. Tell us about it.
Yes, it started with PCOS, which is Polycystic Ovary Syndrome. And so that is alone causes infertility. Then it, turns into more serious, I guess, with pain. It turns
Mhm.
into more serious condition, and that's just been like that for years. And obviously, as you know, I didn't have children for 9 years after my first pregnancy, which was when I was 29,
Yeah, and
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 nine
that,
years infertility.
and that's also because of this situation, right? Which is
Yes,
PCOS,
that's
right?
it.
Yeah,
Yes,
polycystic ovary
yes,
syndrome.
yes,
So that
yes,
causes some problem with the production of your ovaries. Am I right?
yes,
Yeah, that's why you went for
yes.
IVF, and with your
That's it.
embryo, you have a set of twins, right?
Yes,
Which is
surprise
quite a hand.
twins.
So
One
now that you
embryo
have
and
a
it split.
yeah, you have a set of twins, you don't
Yeah.
want to have another set of twins, right? You would like to go
No.
through normal pregnancy. Tell us what happened when you got yourself the iTerra Care device. Was it the classic,
Yeah.
the red one? Was it the red device that you got?
Yes, the red.
Yeah.
The red,
Okay.
yes.
Tell us what tell us what
Yeah,
happened. Yeah.
because that wasn't the reason I got it. It was for my dad and mom, because dad had a stroke and I wanted to really use that on him. And my mom had gallbladder issues, constant vomiting and all of those. So actually I treated them and I never had time for myself. However, I started wanting the water and I was drinking it every single day. And it was the beginning of June. We're talking about 2000, this year.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, with the pain, it was really, really bad. After the IVF treatment, it was even worse.
Wow.
So I started drinking the water without knowing what it might do, or I didn't even think of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started to drink a lot of wounded water. And
Wow.
the first month, like 4 weeks went by, and every single second or third day I would have needed pain medication to actually sleep through the night.
Yeah.
So I realized after 4 weeks, oh, hang on a minute, this is the middle of my cycle where I actually suffer. And
Wow.
the pain never came.
My goodness. That
and
must have
and
shocked that
and
must have shocked you.
yes, yes, because this pain
Mhm.
is excruciating.
I know.
You
I know.
cannot not realize it. You cannot just go
Wow.
past this. So that went on to June, July, August,
Mm-hmm.
pain free. And then
Wow.
it was my twins' first birthday, and
Mm-hmm.
I missed my period. And I didn't think of anything because I was still breastfeeding. And so I was thinking, okay, now I stopped yesterday. Maybe it's just a bit messing up with the hormones or whatever. But I
Mm-hmm.
did a test and it was positive.
Wow. So you had a
So
natural pregnancy. Exactly.
naturally conceived, yeah.
How many months are you now into your
Okay,
pregnancy?
so 13 weeks. I'm in the second trimester now.
Okay. Well, congratulations. And
Thank you.
it's just amazing. I mean,
Yes, it
the
is.
for your parents and
Mm.
just drinking the wondered water,
Yeah,
you
yes,
it just changed your life. I mean, can you imagine
it
having to
did.
go through every month, every cycle
Yeah,
to go through those excruciating pain? My goodness.
yes,
So,
yes. It's a
so
massive surprise. Everything is,
hmm Well,
you know.
thank you so much for coming forward to share your story with
Yeah,
us.
no worries.
And I'm sure
I'd
there's
love to.
a lot of people out there
Yeah, I'd
who
love to
not,
share this so that they can change their
I know,
way
yeah,
of thinking and hope, because this is a huge issue and problem
yes,
nowadays.
yes.
So,
So it can get rid of your PMS as it has done for
yes,
you, and
yes.
also your endometriosis,
Endometriosis.
yes,
Yes,
and also your
yeah,
PCOS, your ovulation, to
yes. Because I
allow you.
started to ovulate. Yes.
Wow.
I
Thank
know.
you. I know you're totally
Wow.
wrapped, and it's really close to midnight now, and I wouldn't want to hold you
Yes.
longer than. And thank you so much,
Thank
Zsanette,
you.
for coming forward to share your wonderful story, and God
Thank
bless.
you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
amazing. I'll be watching you in Facebook, all right, with the new baby.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zsanette.
Thank you so much. Thank
Wow,
you. Thank
that's
you
really
again.
enlightening. Everyone, I'm sure if you're watching this, there is hope, right? When sometimes you kind of give up, but then again, you never know. Like in the case of Zsanette, she never expected it, but yeah, I'm sure she's
Yeah.
totally wrapped and very happy about it, her situation. Okay, next we have another guest from Texas, the United States, and she too has an amazing story, really amazing. I was just having a great conversation with her a while ago, and well, let her tell you about it. Hi, Maria, how are you? Oh, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes. So, hi. Oh,
Good morning to you. Good morning.
wonderful.
All right.
Morning.
Yeah, good to have you here. And the reason how I invited you was because I saw on Facebook group that you you bought the wand and you kind of like blow, on yourself and your eyes and the wanded water, and you have a pretty amazing kind of correction in your eye, because it was kind of blurry and you thought there was something wrong with your lens or your eyesight, or right. And then when you went for your annual eye test, and that's when the doctor told you differently. Tell us about it.
Yes. Well, I normally wear contacts, and I was out running one day, and I just started to look in the distance, and I thought, well, something's wrong. I just don't see as well. I think next time I won't wear them. And so I did, and I realized, oh, I mean,
Wow.
happy, but I thought, I can't wait to hear what happens when I go. And sure enough, it was amazing. It got to the point, because I started wanding in April, and really, to be honest, it's a vanity thing. I started wanding. I thought, I have this line here and these lines,
Okay.
just, tweak. And I didn't focus on it. And yes, I was drinking the water. Only time I ever drank water was if it was structured. And so, I fell into it just like Zsanette.
Yeah.
And so sure enough, my eyesight improved in the left eye. And the way my eyesight is, I've struggled, my whole life. I have a situation where the right eye is much worse than the left eye, and so my left eye kind of carries the right eye. And so when it improved that much, it's very noticeable for me. And I got to the point where I didn't wear my contacts unless I was driving.
That's
because
amazing.
it improved that much.
And I know for people with different power on left and right eye, it can also cause kind of like headache and a lot of problems, right? Because you're stressing to focus, isn't it? So it really, it has been. And what did your doctor say about it? I mean, when he found out that you were using this device, did you tell him?
I did. Well, he just said, well, as he looked, I brought him the prescription from the last time. He was a different doctor, because the other doctor had moved. So I went to someone else, and he checked it, and he looked at the prescription, and he said, well, I don't really understand this. I don't know what happened, but your eyesight has improved in the left eye. And I said, well, I know why.
Well, it's kind of like a reverse aging, isn't it? Right. So it's pretty hard to believe, scientifically for them anyway, but it happened. So now I asked you a question a while ago. Why did you buy the device? Tell us.
Well, I bought it. I had been introduced to another product, another company, and I didn't think that would work for me, but I continued to research the quantum, this particular terahertz. I watched many videos from different scientists that explained it and conducted, experiments and showed it before big classrooms at MIT.
Wow.
And so I thought, well, this is going to work. Plus, I'm a person of faith, and I had been praying for a solution for my elderly parents. It's really why I was looking for something for them.
And they are in their 90s, right? As you were saying a while ago, they're in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
93.
Tell us what happened when you started, treating them with the
I will. Yes. Well, my father had trouble with several things. He had gotten to the point where, because of an old injury in his ankle, he had to have surgery, and there are pins there in that place that was broken. And so he was struggling to walk, and he had to use a cane, and he had a lot of pain from arthritis in his cervical spine. And so just general, overall weakness. So I immediately told him what was going on with me, and of course we got him one right away, and the both started using it. So my father, the first night he wanded, the pain in his neck, let me back up. He had gotten to the point, he'd been to every doctor, he'd been to a hospital where they ran tens of thousands of dollars worth of tests, and they told him, we can do nothing, you just should go home and
Wow.
try something else. There's nothing that can help you from medicine standpoint. He did all the painkillers, and there was absolutely nothing that made a dent, and he really couldn't sleep. So the first night he slept, the pain was it wasn't completely gone, about 60%.
That's huge.
And now he has very little pain. He's walking, he doesn't need a cane, he has lots of energy. So that was my reason, and then I was the bonus.
Amazing. And your mom also experienced?
My mother has, now we're going to, she has dementia. So we just wanted to improve her, otherwise she's very healthy, with the exception of what I told you about. She struggles with the constriction of her esophagus. It's something that happens to elderly individuals. She's unable to eat.
Wow. So it's a huge problem. I mean, if you can't eat,
yes, it's very, very dangerous too. And of course it just stresses her quite a bit. So she had to take very, very small bites, very soft food. Well, she began to complain. I don't know why we missed doing that area. She couldn't eat. We're at the table. She quickly drank 2 glasses of water. I wanted her for 1 minute. She drank another 2. Immediately, she's eating with no problems. Amazing. No tightening of the esophagus whatsoever. And amazing. We do it every day for both of them. They don't spend a lot of time. They just, what happens, and I'll explain this. For me, a lot of my issue was, I realized by accident, I was out of town. I didn't have my wand. I wasn't able to wand or drink. And I felt so run down and exhausted. When I got back to wanding, it was like the light switch came on, and the energy and stamina. And so that's really the reason for them now, because they've gotten rid of the excessive pain and so forth. But now it's the stamina. And
Maria, I mean, at their age, it's just a quality of life. An improvement in the quality of life is just amazing. And, Maria, you mentioned also you yourself, apart from your beauty and your eyesight. By the way, those of you who are wearing contact lenses, please do not blow. All right? Do not blow with your contact lenses on. All right? Just
and I never did.
I know. And you mentioned about your heart problem, your heart rate.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's something that I really didn't realize until I went to the dentist, and for whatever reason, my resting heart rate just really slowed down. I'm a runner, but this was scary. It went down into the 30s. Normally I would think it's 60 to 70 should be. Your doctor, you can tell us. So I began to wand, in the heart area, a minute, never excessive. And I have a watch that tells me what my heart rate is. I don't have it on right now, but it began to come up.
Wow.
And
instantly.
And so now
instantly. Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, I'm doing
And
well.
you were telling me about your neck here or something? Yeah.
I had a lot of pain in my neck,
Mhm.
and just with the practice, that's you know, you follow the protocol.
Yeah, the
But
10
then
steps.
I decided, let me go ahead and do this area.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have pain in my neck anymore. It used to be very significant, but um, I'm doing well there as well.
Well, I think one thing for sure, your blood circulation has improved. So,
I
and
think
yeah,
now one
last,
thing I've been struggling with is tendonitis, using
wow.
repetitive motion. Obviously, it's what
Mhm.
caused that, and it's just a temporary thing. I used to have it all the time when I played tennis,
Mhm.
but I had been wanting, and it this week it's just almost completely gone, and that's a really tough thing to get rid of.
I know, it's amazing. So many wonderful things have happened to you and your family. And you shared with me about one case. I mean, you share this a
Yeah,
lot with a lot of people, right? And you were
I
telling
do.
me about this person that because of the condition of that person, there were no lines. Tell us about that story.
Yes. Well, I was texting back and forth with a friend of mine that lives about 45 minutes from my house, and she said, please pray for me. I'm having a lot of pain and my hand is swollen, and I couldn't get help at the hospital emergency room. So I said, I'll do better than that. I have something that I think can help you. So I immediately drove to her house and followed the protocol, the 2 cups of water. She drank it. Her children, her adult children, now this lady's about 70 years old, but she's very young, and very active. Her grown children were sitting to my right. She's here. Her hand was, I don't know, 2 hands. It was so swollen, you could
You
not
could,
even see lines.
yeah, it was
It
so
was that,
swollen you couldn't see any lines. Okay.
and she was basically like this. She said, if I move it, it hurts a lot. So
Wow.
she was walking. She had been walking around like this for 2 days, and she
My God.
couldn't do anything. She couldn't comb her hair.
Hmm.
So I took the wand, the red classic,
Hmm.
and 5 minutes, and we're all of us in the room are watching this. And 5 minutes, I began to see the lines come back. And that means, what does that mean? The swelling is receding.
Amazing.
So we kept
Amazing.
wanding, and she said, I'm sold. Order me
She
one.
bought it instantly. She's not gonna let you take that home. She wants it now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Amazing.
and
Yeah,
it's not, it's the reason I'm sharing with people is to help them.
I know, I
I
know,
have,
I
I
know.
can make money, yes, but let's help people get them well, improve their lives.
Yeah. I mean, already when I mean you read the WHO article that I read about endometriosis. There's no cure. And look at
Well,
the
I
case
had
of
that.
yeah,
I had that as a
yeah,
young
you know,
woman. I had endometriosis, and I know if I'd had this technology then,
yeah.
how much different my life would have been.
I know. So thank you so much, Maria, for coming forward to share this wonderful device, how it has
Yeah.
helped you and your family and your friends. And may
It's
you
been a
have,
pleasure.
yeah, may you have a wonderful time with it, with all the people you come into contact with. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So there we have it, guys. When there's no hope, or when in some situations the doctors tell you they can't do anything about it, give it a go. You have nothing to lose. Thank you so much for watching, and see you all again next week. Bye.
Medical disclaimers. iTerra Classic and iTerra Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.